Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, my name is Kiara Finderson. I'm a student at the W, and I'm just going to talk to you guys about mental health, a pandemic following COVID-19 pandemic. If you guys don't mind, could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Crystal Scribbling, and I am an LPN. I've been an LPN for about 8 years.
My name is
Hey,
Rashonda
you guys.
Williams. I'm a registered nurse and a case manager.
Hey, I'm Bianca Holyfield. I'm a registered nurse.
Hi, my name is Ashley Green. I'm a registered nurse.
Hey, I'm Fanae Icom, and I'm currently a college student.
All right, thank you guys. We'll go ahead and get started. My objectives today is by the end of this presentation, each of you will understand the definition of a mental illness. You will know how a mental illness affects daily activities. You will be able to name at least 2 mental health issues affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And you will know how technology either helped or hurt the experience during COVID-19. What is mental health? Mental health is defined as a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. Mental health, it includes our emotional, psychological, social well-being. It enables us to cope with the stresses of life and realize our capabilities. Understanding mental health. Mental health affects how we handle stress and other daily life choices. It determines how we think, feel, and act towards others. Mental health is a balance in all aspects of life, such as social, physical, spiritual, and economic, and mental. Learning how to balance your mental health is going to always be a continuous learning process. It's not something that you'll be able to achieve like within a certain number of years, because as you grow older or as life changes, you'll always experience something new or some type of stressor that will occur in your life. The importance of mental health. It helps create and maintain healthy relationships, cope with stress, attain a positive image, and it helps in prevention of a mental illness. Mental health is important because it helps promote productivity and effectiveness in activities such as school, work, and caregiving. It empowers us to build meaningful relationships, to navigate challenges, and make informed decisions. Mental health is especially important because, as you always stated, you're nurses, and then Fanae is in school, so you always go through some type of stressor. So kind of understanding mental health will also help you understand what the stressors and how to deal with mental health. This is just a visual of what it could look like, just some examples, some symptoms. Some people have frequent crying and meltdowns, believing you're a burden on someone, canceling plans at the last minute. I know I'm guilty of that. I'll tell my friends I'm going somewhere, and last minute I always end up canceling on them. Mood swings, sometimes it can last for hours or days. Outbursts over something that's small, or something that others may consider small, but to you is something big. Sometimes we're guilty of isolating ourselves instead of just trying to, go to somebody and talk about it. We'll just kind of isolate and be to ourselves, be emotionally distant. Or sometimes we eat all the time or just hibernate in bed. The COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic started around January of 2020, and it caused death and increased mental illness. It is a respiratory virus, and it's caused the lives of many Americans that contracted it. Most of the time when you had COVID, you had to quarantine, and that caused people to be by themselves. And some people they just can't handle being alone. Like, they are just very social, and being alone really took a toll on many people. And especially if they were in the hospital, like their family members or whatever wasn't able to come up and speak to them. But through technology, they were able to FaceTime or just keep up with what was going on through social media, such as Facebook or Twitter, Instagram. And that also helped ease family members' minds so they could speak to them and let them know what's going on, or just, you know, kind of get them through the day. Because sometimes we just need that person to talk to kind of get us through the day. This is just a visual, just showing how mental health was affected by COVID. It's just showing like the virus and how if you were in a family home, how sometimes they had to isolate themselves from their children, their wives or husbands, and their parents. Impacts on mental health, they were lonely, helpless, depressed, anxiety, panic, and some also had PTSD after the fact. Potential strategies is just physical exercise, family companionship, psychological counseling also helps, positive and optimistic attitude, and physical subsidies. Like I said, isolation and sometimes because you weren't able to work was a financial burden, started to increase the drug use and anxiety during the COVID-19 pandemic. And also, like before, I told you about the use of technology helping patients and family members keep in contact with each other since everybody was kind of isolated. Like I said before as well, it caused depression, anxiety. People started to hallucinate, and it also caused new onset delusions. This is just another visual. Just kind of if your friend is kind of having a bad day, or you know, knowing how to help your friend. They're feeling sad, were drawn for more than 2 weeks, seriously trying to harm or kill themselves, just taking risky behaviors that you know that they usually wouldn't take, a feeling of sudden overwhelming fear for no reason, not eating, which kind of like anorexia or bulimia. You just kind of got to know your friend or know your loved one to kind of see those signs, or even for yourself. Seeing, hearing, or believing things that are not real, starting or repeatedly doing drugs or alcohol, drastic changes in mood, behavior, personality, or sleeping habits, extreme difficulty in concentrating or staying still, intense worries or fears that get in the way of daily living or daily activities. Who is affected by mental health? Honestly, anybody can be affected by mental health. It's a little more difficult to kind of really tell with babies or infants, but the older the child gets, the more they express themselves. And it's just kind of like some of those warning signs I stated before that you can kind of look for in those infants or the younger children. This is just another visual just saying that 10% of children and young people have clinically diagnosable mental health problems. And this is just my reference page. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.